sync with the statement of Father of Microbiology, A.V. Leeuwenhoek, that microbes are everywhere. Abiogenesis or spontaneous generation, that is, living beings arising from inanimate matter, had become a popular myth in ancient times. Though scientists like Francesco Redi and Lazzaro Spallanzani did advocate biogenesis, but people like John Needham kept adamantly trying to advocate spontaneous generation. Now we know that he was wrong and why he was wrong, but at that time it was very confusing. Finally, the concrete and convincing evidence of biogenesis was furnished by a famous French chemist, Sir Louis Pasteur, who had earlier solved the wine souring problem of French wine merchants by microscopically examining both good wine and bad wine, and by simply discarding all bad or sour wine very ruthlessly while he used an inoculum or starter culture from good wine samples to inoculate the fresh grape juice substrate. Hence, he had established the role of microbes in winemaking or fermentation. Later on, his significant contributions earned him the honor of being called the father of modern microbiology. In this conflict of biogenesis versus abiogenesis, he conducted a set of experiments where he took beef broth in sealed or plugged flasks, or first filled the flasks and then boiled and then cooled and kept for some days and observed no growth. Whereas when he kept the beef broth in open flasks, then growth occurred the very next day. From this, he inferred that microbes in the air were the agents for contaminating non-living matter, and hence what appears abiogenesis was in fact biogenesis. From the above experiment, the plugs used to seal the flasks were examined in two ways. First, they were dropped in nutrient broth, resulting in profuse microbial growth soon. Second, a slide was made from the cotton from the plug, showing a number of germs in the slide. This again confirmed directly the biogenesis and also explained that John Needham did get the wrong results as he did not cover his meat samples. Louis Pasteur used swan neck flasks which did not need to be plugged. Air entered from the opening and travelled inside the flask freely. However, the accompanying dust entered the descending loop but could not ascend in the next portion against the gravitational pull, and no contamination occurred. Isn't it astonishing that such swan neck flasks remained uncontaminated indefinitely? Some such setups by Louis Pasteur himself are still present. Can you imagine? They are still present at the prestigious Pasteur Institute at the outskirts of Paris in France, and they are still sterile even without any plugs. However, if their neck was broken, they would get immediately contaminated. So, we are now convinced. From these observations, Pasteur drew the following conclusions. Dust carries microbes. Microbes are present everywhere. Microbes can be destroyed by heat. Methods can be devised to block the access of airborne microbes to nutrients. And living beings can never originate from mystical forces or non-living matter. Later on, these pointers were utilized as the fundamentals to formulate the aseptic techniques for carrying out successful microbiological work. This proved to be a boon as it powerfully prevented the contamination of the microbial culture by unwanted microbes. Since dust carries microbes, a dust-free work environment was considered ideal to prevent contamination in hands-on microbiology lab work. This is how microbiologists gained clarity and confidence as well as tamed the germs in vitro. Hence, not only Pasteur gave a final and conclusive blow to the myth of abiogenesis or spontaneous generation, but also developed the aseptic methodology of handling microbes in the process. Keep watching our videos to grasp the subject matter like a child's play and share your inputs and feedback with us. We have tried to make microbiology easy and interesting for our esteemed audience. Thanks for watching. Stay confident and bye till next time.